Okay, my friends, a little bit more deeper delve into why this battery seems to put out more power than this battery. And this is a high output, this is not a high output. And why the big batteries, higher amp output, higher amp hour batteries seem to put out more power than the lower amp hour batteries. Okay, in my short, I explained it quick and simple, dirty. It comes down to resistance and the heat. Okay, now with tool batteries that have higher amp hours, they have a tendency to have a lower internal resistance. Now, internal resistance, every battery has internal resistance, which is like a bottleneck for the flow of the electricity. Lower resistance means less energy wasted as heat inside the battery. As for power output, when a battery has lower internal resistance, it can deliver more power efficiently. This means more of the energy stored in the battery can be used to drive the drill motor or the tool motor, resulting in higher power output. Amp hour, the connections to the amp hours on this is higher amp hour means the battery can store more energy. Batteries designed with higher capacity often incorporate advanced materials and construction techniques that also reduce internal resistance. The efficiency of these, the lower resistance, not only means more power output, but also less heat generated during use. This efficiency translates into longer life and better battery performance over the battery's lifespan. So, in all essence, drill batteries with higher amp hours have lower internal resistance, allowing them to output more power efficiently. This efficiency is critical for delivering constant and reliable performance in the tool's motor. It's like I said, it just comes down to heat and resistance. The larger the capacity that the tool has, the less amount of resistance it's going to have. And resistance generates heat. So the smaller battery is going to get warm faster. It can start to heat up faster than the big battery, and that heat generates extra resistance back into the battery. And this is why sometimes you'll be running your tool and you only have like two bars, but you let it cool off and you magically have 3 bars because now it's cooled off and the resistance is kind of dropped a little bit. So it literally just comes down to resistance and heat on these batteries, and the higher amp hour batteries usually tend to have lower resistance. And that's why these batteries. Now with the high output batteries, this battery, in theory, is supposed to deliver more output, more power, and more runtime than its counterpart. Because this battery was engineered to have cells that have lower resistance than its counterpart. Meaning that the cells in these are probably more expensive because of the materials that they were made out of. So, like, I'm hoping that this is explaining it really good, but this one here is going to have less resistance, which is going to generate less heat, which means longer run time and more potential energy outputted into the motor. So yes, when you are selecting the battery for your tool to its application, so if you're going to have a light duty application, the little battery is going to be fine, it's going to last. But when you get into a heavier duty application, you need that little extra oomph of power, you might want to look into stepping up your battery size, because it may be slight, but it's there. On some of these batteries, you can get up to a 33% increase of power output because of the lower resistance. So I hope this is a decent explanation to you guys, and I hope it helps you guys understand a little bit better. And I may not be 100% correct with this, but I'm just going off of what I've learned in my life. So I'll catch you all on the flip side.